Obamacare is finally on its way out, thanks to Donald Trump and the Republicans, while Democrats refuse to so much as lift a finger to help you or your family. My name's Howard Riell, and this is Riell Truth. You're listening to the American Freedom Network, streaming live around the world at AmericanNewsNet.com and on Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, at the website, RiellTruth.com, in my book, Riell Truth Stay Angry. And of course, as always, broadcasting out across the Colorado Front Range on KHNC, Johnstown, Colorado, 1360 AM, The Lion. Our call-in number, 877-254-7524. My friends, let's hit it. Item from Breitbart. House Republicans passed a revised version of the American Health Care Act on Thursday. That's today, happened just a few hours ago. The bill passed after moderate Republicans fretted this week about how well the bill will protect patients with pre-existing conditions. Many, including former Energy and Commerce Committee Chairman Fred Upton, previously came out against the bill, but now support it after GOP leaders agreed to add an amendment adding $8 billion to help cover people with pre-existing conditions. House Freedom Caucus Chairman Representative Mark Meadows, in an exclusive interview with Breitbart News earlier this week, commended the actions of President Donald Trump, Vice President Mike Pence, and Congressman Tom Arthur. He said, quote, "Not only have we made good progress, but we have to give a shout out to Tom MacArthur and the President and Vice President for their efforts in the last couple of weeks. It would be a mistake to suggest that had Tom MacArthur, the President and Vice President, not gotten involved in the process, then we would have not gotten the options now for everyone to consider. Tom has worked closely with Energy and Commerce Chairman Greg Walden and the committee to make sure that what we do is keeping in line with repealing and replacing Obamacare and drives down premiums and keeps pre-existing conditions," unquote. My friends, like the Keystone Cops, the Republicans in Congress were befuddled, confused, tripping over each other, but they made it to the finish line today. Americans will be better off for it. No more sky-high payments every month. No more deductibles so sky-high you can't even use them. No more one choice or no choice for an insurance carrier. Donald Trump and the Republicans have done away with it. As for the Democrats, it was their disaster, their plague, their poison, and they care so little about the voters, so little about the American people, they wouldn't even cough up one single vote to improve it. Think of that the next time you go to vote somewhere. This is Riell Truth. It's Thursday. I'll be right back.
This is Michael, Control. The American Freedom Network beat your please call. That's 1-800-205-6452 to make your donation. Or send a check or a money order. PO Box 1750, Johnstown, Colorado 80534. PO Box 1750, Johnstown, Colorado 80534. Help us keep voice freedom on the air. Thank you. The associates at your 24th and Walmart Supercenter of the Ed remind, no one anywhere is more noble, righteous, so courageous than our United States Armed Forces. Brave men and women and their families put the bill for our freedom every day. Send a military care package to them to let them know that they are in our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts. This message is from the associates at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter on Highway 287 in Lafayette. They're on the air because they care.
If catastrophe struck, would your family be prepared? Are you confident you wouldn't react in a panic? Is there one place to get all of your emergency supplies? Barris Survival encourages you to have confidence through preparation, not panic through crisis. Barris Survival, located at 3366 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality, realistic preparedness supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. Barris Survival.
My friends, welcome back to Riell Truth. I remain Howard Riell, and this remains an historic day. The House Republicans have passed a bill to repeal and replace Obamacare. When it was all done, they got the required 216 votes plus one. Donald Trump had them all climb on a bus, drive to the White House for a little celebration. This just happened less than an hour ago. Join them and me in celebrating a major step forward for the American people. Here we go.
Speaker Ryan.
Alright guys, you can find the rest of this video on my website, Riell Truth Radio. Go there, watch it, enjoy yourself. You've worked, you've sweated, you've talked to people, you've earned this victory together with all like-minded people, all conservatives, people who saw the disaster of Obamacare, and we did our part in whatever way we could to help get it repealed and replaced, and now we've started down that road. So be proud, be happy. And be grateful to President Trump. We'll take a break and we'll be back. More Riell Truth ahead.
Now this is the testimony of John when the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, "Who are you?" He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, "I am not the Messiah." And they asked him, "What then? Are you Elijah?" He said, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" And he answered, "No." The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 19 through 21. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Piccolo's restaurant in Denver reminds us that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play, and if you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolo's restaurant in Denver. It's not only the best Italian and Mexican cuisine, it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166. Piccolo. This is the uniform people in Greeley. Firefighters, TNT, and 9/11 work in our community. We thank them for doing a great job keeping our air places to live, shop, and raise a family. We realize their job is dangerous and sometimes dangerous. This message is from Sickness Uniform People in Greeley. Call 352-2233. They're on the air because they care. Named one of the most admired dinosaurs in America. Census the Uniform People in Greeley.
Guys, more good news on the way. More good news today. More good news and more thankfulness that we have a real live president leading the country now. Earlier today, a few hours ago, Donald Trump spoke again at the White House, this time on the occasion of his signing an executive order for religious liberty. Religious liberty. You think any Democrat ever was going to sign an order like this, but Donald Trump has. Here's the celebration in the backyard at the White House. Give a listen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So true. And we remember this eternal truth. Freedom is not a gift from government. Freedom is a gift from God. It was Thomas Jefferson who said, the God who gave us life gave us liberty. Our founding fathers believed that religious liberty was so fundamental that they enshrined it in the very First Amendment of our great and beloved Constitution. Yet for too long, the federal government has used the power of the state as a weapon against people of faith, bullying and even punishing Americans for following their religious beliefs. It's been happening. That is why I am signing today an executive order to defend the freedom of religion and speech in America, the freedoms that we've wanted, the freedoms that you fought for so long, and we are doing it in just a little while right over here. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. No American should be forced to choose between the dictates of the federal government and the tenets of their faith. As I campaigned across the country, faith leaders explained that they were prevented from speaking their minds because of a 1954 rule known as the Johnson Amendment. I spoke about it a lot. Under this rule, if a pastor, priest, or imam speaks about issues of public or political importance, they are threatened with the loss of their tax-exempt status, a crippling financial punishment. Very, very unfair. But no longer. I promised to take action if I won. I didn't win. I gave you no promise, that's for sure. If I didn't win, I guess I'd be gone, right? I'd be out enjoying my life, I think. But I wouldn't be helping you with the Johnson Amendment. And to this end, this financial threat against the faith community is over. In just a few moments, I will be signing an executive order to follow through on that pledge and to prevent the Johnson Amendment from interfering with your First Amendment rights. And you're the people I want to listen to. Other people are allowed to tell me and everybody what to do. I want to hear it from you, and so do a lot of other people. So you're now in a position where you can say what you want to say. And I know you'll only say good, and you'll say what's in your heart. And that's what we want from you. You are great, great people. You are great, great people. Thank you. Thank you. This executive order directs the IRS not to unfairly target churches and religious organizations for political speech. No one should be censoring sermons or targeting pastors. And I know one thing, it never stopped Dr. Ben Carson. He said, the heck with the Johnson Amendment, right, Ben? I've been with Ben, and he did what he wanted to do. But not everybody's going to do that, Ben. You know that, right? In America, we do not fear people speaking freely from the pulpit. We embrace it. America has a rich tradition of social change beginning in our pews and our pulpits. Perhaps there is no greater example than the historic role of the African American church as the agent for social progress, spurring our nation to greater justice and equality. we must never infringe on the noble tradition of change from the church and progress from the pew.
So, my friends, ask yourself this question. Why are the Democrats for years and years and years and years so intent on silencing faith leaders? Why are they the ones pushing to drag the Ten Commandments out of the public sphere? Why are they the ones taking God out of the Pledge of Allegiance? Why? What do Democrats have against God? Well, I just gave you the answer. Democrats, liberals are against God in many ways. They'll say they're not, but they're hypocrites. Anything that empowers the individual, what empowers the individual more than religion? Republicans are for it. Democrats hate it. They don't want the individual to be strong. They want the oligarchy, the machine to be strong, the party to be strong, and the individual to be quiet. They don't believe in the sanctity of human life. They believe in carving fetuses out of women and throwing them in the trash. These days, they don't even believe in free speech. That's why the Democrats and the liberals always oppose anything having to do with God. Let's finish up. We got about another minute. Let's go back to the president in the Rose Garden.
Thank you. Under my administration, free speech does not end at the steps of a cathedral or a synagogue or any other house of worship. We are giving our churches their voices back. We are giving them back in the highest form. With this executive order, we also make clear that the federal government will never, ever penalize any person for their protected religious beliefs.
All right, guys, we've got to stop there. I've already posted it to my Facebook page, Riell Truth Radio. Go there, watch the entire video. These are two huge victories for the American people today. Freedom of religion and speech, and freedom from the cloying barnacle of Obamacare. Two tremendous steps forward for a change for the United States of America, courtesy of the Donald Trump-led Republican Party. And so if you're listening to me and you voted Democrat, it's time to get smarter. It's time to be a better, more informed American. And don't ever vote for a Democrat again. We'll take a break, and we'll be back. Riell Truth continues.
R&R Supply Incorporated in Fort Collins reminds us, every day our troops demonstrate their dedication to our nation. Now is the time for us to return the favor. Hire our returning veterans, as well as those who have served in the past. After investing their lives in our nation, they deserve our investment in them. This message is from R&R Supply Incorporated in Fort Collins, and they're on the air, reminding all of us that our freedom has never been free.
And of his fullness we have all received, and grace for grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 16.
This is Michael, Control American. The American freedom never will be your home. Please call 245. That's 1-800-205-6245 to make your donation. Or send a check or money order to PO Box 1750, Johnstown, Colorado, 80534. PO Box 1750, Johnstown, Colorado, 80534. Help us keep freedom on the air. Thank you.
Elizabeth Locker-Plan and Elizabeth reminds our listeners that the drug problem is well documented. We know our kids will be approached at early age. We want to applaud the youngsters in our community who have had the strength to say no to drugs. They provide examples to their peers and families to be the best they can be. That's from Elizabeth Locker-Plan, located at 366 Grant Street in Elizabeth.
serving our area since 1940, specializing in naturalized beef and pork and complete custom processing. Call 303-688-2240. That's 303-688-2240. If catastrophe struck, would your family be prepared? Are you confident you wouldn't react in a panic? Is there one place to get all of your emergency supplies? Barris Survival encourages you to have confidence through preparation, not panic through crisis. Barris Survival, located at 3366 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality, realistic preparedness supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. Barris Survival. The associates at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter have the other line. No one anywhere is more noble, righteous, selfless, or courageous than our United States Armed Forces. These brave men and women and their families foot the bill for our freedom every day. Send a military care package today to let them know that they are in our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts. This message is from the associates at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter on Highway 287 in Lafayette. They're on the air because they care.
Here's another reason, my friends. Another reason why Democrats always oppose religion. Another reason Democrats always oppose God, oppose religion, is because God wants truth. God is a God of truth. Truth is a holy and a sacred thing, and Democrats, liberals hate it. They're not concerned with truth. They're concerned with what they want. And they'll lie to get what they want. That's what liberals do. Here's some proof. Rush Limbaugh, earlier today, demonstrating with a montage how Democrats lie their asses off. Here we go. My friends, remember one thing. According to the Democrats, if you are a Republican, you want to kill children, you want to kill senior citizens, you want filthy air, filthy water. That's what Democrats say about conservatives, political conservatives. In other words, they lie their asses off. Let's go back to Rush. My friends, everyone you're about to listen to is a liar. Know that. Here we go. Death, pain, and suffering coming your way, courtesy of the Republicans. So say the Democrats. So, my friends, here's what's going on. The Democrats rely on fear and lies. Now, a little aside, and I've done this several times in the last months. If you voted for Democrat, if you voted for Hillary, if you voted for Obama, what the hell have you got to say for yourself? This is obviously the party of lies and fear-mongering, and you're supporting them. So what does that make you? Everything these people are saying is a lie. Because if they told the truth, people would realize the Democrats are losers and have nothing to add to the American dialogue. So they've got to lie, like a sleazy used car salesman. If he doesn't lie, if he doesn't make the lemon on his car lot sound like a Rolls Royce, he won't sell it. Let's go back to some more truth from Rush Limbaugh. Deadly. Deadly. So, my friends, listen to me closely. It's possible that nothing I've said in almost 9 years doing this show has been as important as this right now. So listen. The Democrats lie to you. The Democrats play on your irrational fears. We're going to have starving children in the streets. Senior citizens pushed into the gutter. See what those nasty Republicans do? They want to kill children. Maybe as a religious Jew, I have a little insight into that, because it wasn't so long ago throughout Europe, they believed Jews wanted to kill children and drink their blood. This is the same mindset. The exact same mindset. Get people frenzied with fear, irrational fear, lies, and then you can get away with just about anything. That's the Democrats' game. That's the liberals' game. Take a look at college campuses today. Destroying things and shutting down free speech. Run, don't walk, run away from any Democrat candidate running for any office. Run from the Democrat Party. It is poison for everything Americans hold dear. Absolutely unconscionable to foist such horrifying lies on the American public. The Democrats and their allies in the press truly are the enemies of the American people. I kid you not. We'll be back.
with the DuPont Pioneer team. So tell us, what are you bringing to the table to help producers manage feed costs?
Feed management is always on a producer's mind.
It sure is. So we take a whole operation approach to help them maximize feed value.
By combining the right products with our expertise and services, we can help producers improve profitability.
It's big picture thinking for big time production.
So work with your DuPont Pioneer team to get the most out of every bite. Pioneer, with you from the word go.
He was in the world, and the world was made through him, and the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. But as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 10 through 13. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. This is the America News Network.
Census uniform people in police, firefighters, work in our community. We thank them for doing a great job keeping our live, shop, and raise a family. We realize their job is dangerous, sometimes tough. This message is from Census uniform people in Greeley. Call 352-2233. They're on the air because they care. And one of the most in America. Census the uniform people in Greeley.
My friends, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Welcome back to Riell Truth. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw it back to Rush Limbaugh. We're going to finish this video talking about Democrats and the horrible, terrible lies they tell just in order to put money in their pockets and power in their party. Let's go back to Rush Limbaugh earlier today.
I also would like to speak to a moment about
My friends, how come all these Democrats, this is back in 1995, how come they're all saying mean-spirited? That one phrase. Well, I can answer that. Everybody knows the answer. The Democrat Party puts out talking points. Here's what we think about this legislation, and here's the points we want to drive home. So use these words, and so you get Democrat humanoid after Democrat humanoid after humanoid reading the same speech, the same words like robots, like widgets on an assembly line. The party speaks and they bark.
it is vicious.
This is the politics of divide and conquer. This is the politics of turn one American against another. Build up hatred, build up animosities, build up rivalries. And while the American people are busy fighting with each other, we, the Democrat Party, will rule unopposed. It's what tyrants throughout history have done. Divide and conquer, it works. At least until someone like Rush Limbaugh or yours truly comes along and points it out. Let's go back to some more lying Democrats.
And as everybody, John Morris.
My friends, let me ask you a question. If you had children back in the 1990s, the late 1990s, show of hands, how many had children who starved to death? I don't see any hands. How many people had children who could never get in to see a doctor? I don't see any hands. Because with the passage of time, people forget the terrible lies that Democrats have told. There are no kids starving to death. No kids were ever going to starve to death. It was a lie in order to move Democrat voters like sheep in the direction that the party wanted. Let's go back to Rush.
And there weren't any cuts.
The Democrat Party says, here, to its congressmen, to its senators, here, say this today. Tell these lies today and use these words to lie today. It's what the Democrats have done for decades. And they're doing it today. It's unbelievable. It's a whole party of evil robots. They're intent on setting American against American, filling the airwaves with lies. They all use the exact same words and phrases, and amazingly, shockingly, appallingly, American voters fall for it. They believe what the Democrats are telling them. They believe the most outrageous lies, and they do as they're told. Throughout Colorado, a majority of voters simply do as they're told. The Democrats lie, and Colorado Democrats do as they're told. Well, if you're a Democrat in Colorado or a Democrat anywhere, it's time to come to life. It's time to be an individual. It's time to engage the brain and start thinking. Realize that you've been lied to for many years by the Democrats who've been using you like a puppet, like a fool. You want revenge on them? Great. Don't ever, ever, ever vote for a Democrat again. For any office, at any level of government. Vote them the hell out. That's what they get for their lies, for their vitriol, and now for their obstructionism, for not wanting to lift a finger to fix what's broken in America. We'll take a break and we'll wrap it up for the week. Riell Truth marches on.
American Freedom Network needs your please call 205-6245. That's 1-800-205-6245 to make your donation. Or send a check or money order to P.O. Box 1750, Johnstown, Colorado, 80534. P.O. Box 1750, Johnstown, Colorado, 80534. Help us keep the voice of freedom on the air. Thank you.
No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debt, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. Article 1, Section
10. Piccolo's Restaurant in Denver reminds us that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play, and if you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolo's Restaurant in Denver is not only the best Italian and Mexican cuisine, the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166. Piccolo. Elizabeth Locker Plan and Elizabeth reminds our listeners that the drug problem is well documented. We know our kids will be approached at early age. We want to applaud the youngsters in our community who have had the strength to say no to drugs. They provide examples to their peers and families to be the best they can be. That's from Elizabeth Locker Plant, located at 366 Grant Street in Elizabeth, serving our area since 1943 and specializing in naturalized aged beef and pork and complete custom processing. Call 303-688-2240. That's 303-688-2240.
Item from Breitbart: the number of active tuberculosis cases diagnosed in Minnesota increased 12% in 2016 to 168, up from 150 1 year earlier, according to the Minnesota Department of Health's Tuberculosis Prevention and Control Program's quarterly surveillance report. 90% of those 168 cases were foreign-born, significantly higher than the national 2016 average of 67.9% of active TB cases that were foreign-born. 14 of these 168 cases, or 9%, were diagnosed within the first year in the United States of the 2,635 refugees who were resettled in Minnesota in 2016. The majority of these refugees came from two high TB-burdened countries. 1,195 came from Somalia, 653 came from Burma, according to the State Department. Stop. My friends, when you bring in Muslims from the third world, you're not only bringing in ignorance, intolerance, violence, savagery, terrorism, you're also bringing in diseases. So in the name of sanity, let's stop. Item from Breitbart: 2 GOP legislators are introducing legislation to let states annually import 500,000 foreign blue-collar workers and white-collar professionals to replace Americans who've fallen out of the workforce into drug addiction. The American replacement bill is needed because companies can't hire the employees they want amid the massive decline in the number of Americans who are seeking work, said Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson to the Cato Institute. Unquote. My friends, this is absolute insanity. Freaking insanity. Item from Breitbart: Wednesday on Fox News Channel's Hannity, host Sean Hannity reacted to FBI Director James Comey's testimony before a Senate committee earlier in the day. In his testimony, Comey offered details as to how some of Hillary Clinton's missing emails ended up on Anthony Weiner's computer, the husband of top Clinton aide Huma Abedin. Comey told Senate panel Abedin had sent him the Weiner's computer, but was not doing so with criminal intent. Hannity expressed skepticism. Quote, "Wait a minute. Why is James Comey only revealing this information now, and we're really supposed to believe Huma Abedin had no idea sending classified material to Anthony Weiner's laptop isn't a crime? Aren't we supposed to protect that? Well, how stupid do they think we are? Now he should, Comey at a minimum, done a full investigation of Abbott and, of course, Hillary Clinton. Last night, President Trump tweeted, quote, FBI Director Comey was the best thing that ever happened to Clinton in that he gave her a free pass for her many bad deeds. The phony Trump-Russia story was an excuse used by Democrats as justification for losing the election. Perhaps Trump just had a great campaign. The president says Hannity is actually 100% right. Clinton got a free pass, and so did Amidin and the creepy Anthony Weiner guy, unquote. Why is the head of the FBI running interference for Hillary Clinton? Why is the head of the FBI a whore and a liar and a politician, a political hack? The best question of the day, why hasn't Donald Trump forced James Comey out at the FBI yet? What is he waiting for? The president can't fire the head of the FBI, but he can take steps to effectively push him out. Get rid of Comey, get rid of Paul Ryan, get rid of all the Obama appointed people in the federal government. Clean house, drain the swamp, Mr. President. Start at the top of the FBI. All right, we'll be back on Monday with more Riell Truth, my friends. Go to my Facebook page and remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay angry. Hasta luego.